But those I don't sell, I give to my neighbor's prayer. When you look at coffee, we normally harvest 12 million. We normally harvest 12 million from 1 acre because we are just starting up the harvest. We had the first harvest, and when you get about 12 million, but when you irrigate very well, and you have fertilizer, you get between 18 and 24 million. From 1 acre, coffee alone minus banana. And this banana at the end of the month, you can get about 1 million, 1.8 million. But I don't sell my banana, I use it for eating. So I simply get my coffee to ensure the other 12 million I'm telling you, which you are getting from this 1 acre, because we have tested it where you receive. And here, currently, I'm employing 26 people.
Freeze that one.
Previously, I was
freeze the other one. Freeze it, the other one. The first picture of the workers. Now you can see.
Entia kobni neno wunu television kano mono namba jo ametia teach ifama chiel ameneno tia nyutu hii Bunyoro.
Biamkama went to parliament a few years ago.
Biamukama metia loko wori parliament mwara pe karaboto twal.
His father was my friend from Bunyoro. So when he was elected, his father brought him to me in Raktura before the swearing in. And I told him that you young boy, if you want to help your people, go and start the 4 acres model which we have been talking about.
To konyo jonia ber wori chako pe 4 acre model nyo model me puri potiang wen ame anaka president lok ye.
And he went and started.
Ente wote wo chako.
And you have heard what he's doing.
Da wuni winyu gina meno kobo.
The eggs.
Ente kobo kom tongwen.
The cows.
Kobo kom dog.
The pineapple.
Kede nanasi.
The coffee.
Kede kawa.
And also the pigs, but the pigs he gives them free to his. But from the eggs alone, he gets 55 million shillings net per month.
And 1 million per a beach where beach due. I made on which end the Moroccan do pay. Modo net terreno, Magoba mere.
That's more than 600 million in a year.
Not
in Europe. Not in China. In Bunyoro here. Bunyoro getting 600 million shillings net from eggs. But in his case, I wanted to show you the job. Bring back that picture of the workers. Bring the picture, the one I told you to freeze. This boy has now created jobs for 26 other Ugandans. So you cannot talk of jobs, many jobs, without wealth creation. These are jobs from agriculture. Let us see jobs from factories. Factories, you can see all those workers.
Entia koni ka yini nero jono pongo duchu beru ticha metia tichi chuma.
In just one factory.
Monu ka chuma chiella kenen no.
We have just started bringing these factories to Uganda.
Wan puru chaho geru chume gere Uganda kan.
They started coming when NRM brought stability.
Dang chum jo kelu chumi no munni unyo jo wai kano chaho geru chumi ikara me pi kuchu duo kere lo wa me Uganda.
We now have 50,000 factories.
Wani chawa ni utikere chumi tutumia piera beach Uganda.
But I hear they are employing 1.2 million people.
Ameotiwa cho yuti milioni chieli la hario.
If you put together all the government jobs,
Kayini keru uticha gamente ameti udushi Uganda kan.
there are 480,000.
Utiki ni ka jo mia ngweni piera beach keken.
So the factories are already employing many more people
Nyuruni chumi tidwa achoyo jo ticha duonga me lojo ati uticha gamente ko.
than all the government jobs.
Me lo tuti ducha me gamente tia ami.
So therefore,
Eno mi wanatia lok ko bone.
all the Ugandans need to know that jobs come from wealth.
Unywali me Uganda du miru ngeni ti yai kom lonyo.
Wealth can be in agriculture,
Lonyo romo yai pur.
can be in manufacturing,
Romo yai ticha me jama me yai chuma.
can be in services like hotels and so
Romo
on.
yai kopi hotel bora jamu kene ni dusu.
So this is our fourth point.
Monu poi na mangwene no kopi kom teach.
Point a beach
Poi na mabich
are services
obero me you teach.
like,
Yakina jo.
like health,
Obero jami ame konyo wa chalo kopi kom yotcom. Yotcom.
like security,
Kopi kom teach ame lao kopi kom kuch.
like education,
Kopi kom kwan.
transport.
Kopi kom gime wot nyo toki.
Those are services.
Monu jami ame konyo wa me titimu jami mogi yakina wa.
Now, the NRM has built health centers all over the country.
Now gamenta NRM tiugero dakatale nyo health centers atitini yi sub counties wadushu.
They can give you the number of the health center cities.
Manu jono ramo mi yi number a health center dek ameoti ugeri gomo le popar.
The schools.
Chukula me ugero.
So what I'm persuading our NRM leaders and all of you to do
Nigi nere tie kwa yotela me NRM kere unducha meti unukan.
is that we have already done a lot of work.
Ni wandu tiu teacher Paul tutwal.
But in the coming term,
Etu tama metia binu ni.
I want us to be very strict
Omiro ni utimu wunu jam ginora attack.
and really help our poor people.
Mewe hukonjo wa ame obero chan.
With health,
Iko me yotcom.
immunization is doing very well.
Kop me agwera tia watabe tutwal.
That's why you no longer have polio and so on.
Eno mi ukope polio nyo ngwala rika mo nuoi kopi koma mepe ogwere chia pedo tie.
But the curative side
Ento itutu kan kita me miru gwoka rikere nyo
is not doing so well.
kamu yeni dahatal nyo nwongo konyi dahatal petia timaber.
You hear that the health workers are stealing drugs.
Yini wini utiche gamente tia kwalu yen.
So we must stop this.
Miru mo kirango me jokumanu ko.
All of us.
Wan duchu ti unukanni.
Because these health centers are not in Congo, they are not in Sudan, they are here.
Pienu dahatale wani health centers wani duchi kan pera doktite etu tikere wakan.
And we have got government structures everywhere.
Da wanu tikere utiche gamente ilevo loro dushu.
We have got the government, but also the wananchi representatives like the LCs.
Wanu tikere na hotela me LC utikere hotela gamente de hotela ti ruamoro ducha popar.
So wherever you are, stop this theft of drugs.
Entia kobni kan duchi ti ye odie le una tek me joko kob me chamuchana.
I will set up my own spy network
Ni ene chakoda do keti kweda mera pire kene.
in addition to whatever is there
Mediko manna medu tie chawani.
to catch those who steal government drugs.
Mecha kumoyo mako jo ame wurkwalo giena gamente.
As we are catching the ones who are stealing the PDM money.
Da umitu umako na jo ame tia kwalo chiende me PDM.
But you, the people, also should do your part.
Wunu kene ni da Amerikani wa wuna iti wuna teki pinkunu. Meneno ni ujuho wunu kope chamuchana.
On the issue of education,
Iko mek uchukule nyokwan.
I want you to see the damage which is done by the school charges in government schools.
Abiru ni wuni nenu wunu peho ameketu chologo ichukule gamente tia keli yakinawa.
Let us see the skilling hubs where the young people are giving testimony. Let us see the one.
Etia kopni miru nyut kana motia puonj buliwaye ikop me teaching.
Let us see the one of Lango.
Amir ni nyut kana me buliwa wur puonyere ye kope teaching lao.
The one of Lango.
Utia moyo me alao.
You can see yourselves on the TV.
Your Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni of the Republic of Uganda. My name is Kabo Rachel. I'm Ahmad Ongari Mukoze. I'm a man who is Kabo Rachel. A Romambara Kahocha, but a village GI, the Royal Romambara in Kahocha. So in Jangate, Gatana Sahanu, Nabia juice processor. But in a juice processor, Nabia is single.
That is Bundubujo. Get the one of Lango. You go and get them for tomorrow then. Okay, let's hear this one.
Sahanu, Nabia juice processor. But in a juice processor, Nabia is single movie. So, Muna Isangana, I will be a recall juice. If a kite is Sibawa, I really be Kakabere route to call a band instead of Yuka. So, Muno a program.
Now, these are young people. They will get the one of Lango before I leave here.
Etia koni mo en melao. Ame to nyutiwa a program amega mento chaho. Ame buli wa yai kante puonyere lera.
This one who was speaking is from Kasese.
Mana tia loko yai Kasese twal.
But they all have the same testimony.
Their
lives had been ruined. They had left school. They have left school. Why? Because of the school charges. So when I started the skilling hubs, they came to study free. Now you see the products they are making. Let's see the products they are making. Very good products
Gino tu yubu gini jamma besho totual.
and skills,
Kere ngeche ulago ora teka petwere.
shoemaking, making shoes,
Utu yubu gini wire papat.
metal work,
Utu yubu gini utu timo gini welding. Me yubu dogoli kere dirija.
carpentry,
Utu yubu gini dang bayi ruwa mamalo.
building,
Utu gedo.
all just in 6 months.
Jami no duju tu puonyere gini yonge dwera bichiel keken.
And I teach them free.
Da puonyo gi menono.
But you hear their testimonies.
Eto kayini winyu chaden na gino miyo.
Their lives had come to an end.
Nuodo kwogi unuoda dogi huko.
So I want to appeal to the NRM fraternity.
Atia kwa yotela me NRM keru chwaka NRM duche tikan.
In the next government,
Igamenta me abinu ni.
let's get rid of school charges in government schools.
Ukwanyu unu kope chien na me ochole ichukula gamente uko.
They have been talking about shortage of teachers.
Utia ubero kobuni unamba upuonye petia roma ber me puonyo tino.
We shall increase the teachers by 50,000
Wanume du namba upuonye chuchok tutumia piera bich twal.
so that there is no shortage of teachers
Mewe kope namba upuonye bedo pe.
and there is no reason for charging money from
Do peti kitore do kono penyu kere chiene boto nywa lime chulo puonye. Pien gamenta binu ni do achoyo puonye. Tutumia piera bich twal.
and that's why we should emphasize day schools.
Eno mi wati ukwayo ni katwere chukule dujo yayo tino yayi pasho medwako ko mechol bing.
One primary school per parish,
Chukule primary chela parish.
one secondary school per sub-county,
Secondary school mirbedi sub-county wadushu.
so that the children study and go home.
Mewe kutino waru kwano te doho ko pachige.
And the reason for this
Ginumi wano tima man.
is to concentrate on education costs,
Mewe kumunen kirango medwako well chukul dok ping.
classrooms,
Kaka kwano tino.
laboratories,
Kere kaka meti mupeng.
library,
Kaka kwan.
teacher's house,
Burra ka buru puonye o budu puonye.
sports ground.
Kere kaka tuko tino.
This is what you need to teach.
Monu jemme me mier wano puony. Kere tino wa.
I landed at a school where I landed with the helicopter,
Eno landing yi school loka Romi primary no.
and I was joking with the children there.
Nunwe tie tu kere tino tie ratre kere tino.
The boarding schools have additional costs.
Ente ko lo kere tino ni ka tino puri chukul mi wel chenne me kwan wormalo.
Which have nothing to do with education.
Ame pera meru ginoro nyo yobo ginori ko bi kom kwan na tin.
You have Nino, you have Nino, sleep, where to sleep.
Lueti kaka buru.
You can sleep at home
Kiromo kiri buru pasho.
and come and study.
Ite du kwan.
You have charm,
Nu chem da ti pasho.
you can charm at home
Kiromo chem pasho.
and you come to study.
Aite binu kwan.
You can, there are so many courses which have nothing, which are not educational but other things.
Ti jamma me umiru ni unwal choli. Alubere ko pe boarding. Etu jammi no pe yubu kwan na tin na tuali.
So therefore, let's discuss and fine-tune this.
Enti akobni monu beru gina me miru laru unu ko pera ber. Eto te yubu unu.
That is my point, our point, a beach.
Monu point na mabishe no.
A beachel
Point na mabichel.
is market.
Uberu kopi kom chuk.
If you produce all those things we are talking about,
Nika wan upuru unu jammi do duchu tia nyutu no.
where will you sell them?
Ucha to kikwene.
That's why the NRM is always against tribalism.
Enemy NRM pe miru kope poka ibe kopi kom rock. Unyo kaka.
When their cholies produce simsim,
Ka choli kusho puru nino.
or the language produce sunflower,
Eka langi te puru sunflower.
the market in Lango is not enough.
Chuke lao ke ken peromo.
You need the Kampala market.
Nuwa miru te dog jammi wana Kampala.
So that's why we say, love Uganda.
Enemy wante kobuni mirumaru unu Uganda.
Why?
Pingo.
Because you need it for your own welfare, for your own prosperity.
Pien lobo wa me Uganda ni utiu mita tek me mi yu kwawa bera ber ke la loha kwawa.
Love East Africa.
Madang lobe me rumu Uganda me ti East Africa.
Why?
Pingo.
You need East Africa as a market.
Pien lobe me rumu wano mite me mi yu chupi jami wa.
You had Apio teaching me economics that the sheep she's rearing are bought by South Sudanese.
Entia kobini winyu kitapio no tia puonyekere kope economics. Ni mera ne tia pitucha jo ame binu welu ya South Sudan.
So all of these political actors moving around, politics is about what?
Entia koni wanu po we be me cha du be lopoka we be ni karo bero ngo. Teaching on no.
NRM says politics is about prosperity and security.
Entia koni NRM koni we be ubero kopi kom lonyo.
And that's why we say patriotism, love Uganda.
Entia kobuni memi you want teach kara chel mirma lobo wa me Uganda.
Pan-Africanism, love Africa.
Ekai kome lobo chol mirma unu lobo chol.
Why? Because you need them for your for your prosperity.
The
final word is strategic security. We need to think not just about Uganda but about East Africa.
Kada wanu kopi kom kuch pe miru par ka pe Uganda keken ento par pe loba da rumu Uganda ameti East Africa.
People here in the north know that if South Sudan is not stable, even they disturb us here.
Wani tumala me Uganda kan wanu ngeni South Sudan petia bear inu dudangu yelo waitungi.
So the work of the NRM in the last 40 years
Dong teacher NRM mwaki pierangweno karange
has been around these 7 points. And that's why Uganda has been stable. And if we do what I have recommended, there is one Indian who told me that Uganda is the land of the 3 P's.
Uganda bero titi ubero lobo ameti jamme pa adek pa adek
peaceful,
me chel bero kuch
pleasant,
me rio bero loba amonya me chel
and profitable.
Me adeo bero loba ma goba ti ye.
This is what an Indian told me.
Monugina ma yinu ko beno.
Now, coming to some issues here, I'm glad you liked my idea of the 5 cows per homestead. Instead of the other chaotic and co method of cattle compensation, which we did. So Apoyo, thank you for supporting it. I've already instructed the government to plan how to implement it. Because of other demands, we may not be able to do it in 1 year. But more we shall do it. Now, the Banya of Dokolo, Moratar, Namasale Road. I know that Banya. You don't waste your time. And the one of Ochero to here. Now, the fisheries. There have been some struggle between the the fisheries unit and some of our local people.
Ne yela no te ya kino che kerjo ke yunyo FPU ameti yinam.
And the other member of UPC was injured one time in that struggle.
Entia kobune MP wa me morataro binu wano tiene pikom oche.
The member of parliament.
Member me parliament honorable Bitek.
But these days he's a good friend of mine.
Maruko ni Bitek do beratina ber tuana diere da do tutwal.
So for me, the fisheries, we need the fisheries of the lake.
Entia kobune wano tu mitu rechi bedainam.
But also we need to do a lot of fish farming.
Eto wani kon wada miru yele wuru mecha kotemo woko.
You are now misusing our wetlands. When I was coming here, I saw you putting rice in the swamp. That's improper. That is misusing. Let me show you what I'm doing in Palisa. Limoto.
Amanya gange nzedi kusoka majidu nga omubaka wa president mu kitundu kino. President bwe yansindika wano mu 2020 nasanga nga project eno eweddewo. Tasiki yange yasooka nengamba president ayogera nnyo ku project eno naye ekiri wansi tekiriwo. Najjano nga awo wonna waliwo omuceere. Twatulanga abakulembeze ne tugamba tulina okukyusa ekifo kino. Ekifo kino ekigendera kyakyo nti kitudde ku ekemu. Bwe natula n'abalimi ne bangamba baali bajjamu ensawo mukaaga ez'omuceere. Ensawo mukaaga ez'omuceere mitwalo nga 21 nga weesanga nga eri emiliyoni emu mu emitwalo 3.
Ndi mulimi w'ebyennyanja. Nali ebiseera ebyasingira obungi nali ndi mulimu wa mutyere omusa naye ng'ekiseera kyemala omwiga omwo nga nima omuceere kyali kiseera nga kiwanvu era nga n'amaani agenkozesa omwiga omwo gali maani nga mangi nga ntwale abaana bange tufuduukira omwo n'omwami wange nga ntwala tufuduukira omunyera omwo naye nga tukozesa maani.
What those people are saying,
what
those people are saying, they are saying that they were growing that rice in the swamp. But they were getting very little from the rice. From an acre of swamp, they would get 6 bags. And the total will be like 1.3 million. But when I made fish ponds for them on the periphery, on the periphery of the swamp, not in the center of the swamp, they are earning now more than 70 million shillings. Even here in Lango, I think I have a fish pond there.
Yes, there is a fish pond that the ministry is helping in Amolatar.
Very good. So, you would earn much more from fish ponds than from this rice.
So, entia kobne inu chenta duong ibechi piturech iloyo pur wakao mecho me pur chere.
Therefore, both for providing food and also economics,
Donuo rechia konyi kopi komi yuchem endo danua ketu chente mori ichao.
I'm raising money to do a lot of fish farming in Lango, in Teso, in Busoga, in Bukedi.
Eno koni etie mo yuchente mebinu chako piturecha duong yilaukan yiteso keri yibusoga.
The individuals cannot do it well
Ngara chela chel pe romoti mukene.
because it needs a bit more money to make the fish ponds.
Pien miru chente didit me kunyo kapiturech.
So it will be the government to do the fish ponds.
Miru gamente na me kuny pons me mite.
We shall therefore deal with that issue.
Eno koni uginu gamente atichi yemene nuni umeru ruome pur me guakorechi yilaukan.
But when I get time, I will call the MPs from the fishing areas
Entia koni ka enu chawa iluongo members me parliament ame yai ame kana me ochi horechi ye.
Some people were telling me about how we can allow local fishing for just food for some days and so on.
Ni joka enetia ko beni miru yeyu chika me pachi giti nge dongna me yeyi gichi kurecho mego me chama.
Now I want to find out how that can be done.
Entia tamani ko pen tam dene no kirango ame kuri jammi no romti yukere.
As we wait for the big fish project,
Me weka ukuro piturech unyo project me piturech duong me gamente tia planning.
how can the indigenous people do the fishing without damaging the fish?
Nikirango ame ochi romochi kukere nam eta me nupe abalo nam.
So I will call all the MPs of Amoratar,
Erokoni eluongo wan MPs me Amolatar,
Nakasongola,
jo me Nakasongola,
maybe Busoga,
kere jo me Busoga,
a little bit of Teso,
kere jo moga me yai Tesodan,
and some from Lake Edward area.
kere jo me yai tu na meleke duada me tutu western.
So that I don't kutomera, I don't bump in something I have
Me
not
we
studied
perdon
yet.
ya chakti muginoro ame nupetia bear.
Now for the technical school,
For the technical school,
Which was
the technical school ame ab chairman ukwao,
which was proposed by the chairman,
ame chairman upenyo.
that's our plan,
Mono plan wa no.
to build a technical school per district,
Mecho megero technical school chela district chela.
a government technical school.
The technical school nyoka ponyo teaching amenu ber me agamente.
So if Amorata does not have a technical school already,
Ni amola kamola tape kere technical school
then we shall build it
then ugero.
and name it after the elder you mentioned.
Te utek kochoyo nying late latigolal.
On the circles,
Te kobukobi komsako
we are going to start a circle for the fishermen,
eroko ni utio juba mechako sako ajo chik.
because fishing requires more money
Pien chikure miru chenta duong.
than PDM.
Ame pe law chenta me wano gamo me PDM ko.
So we shall start a separate fund
The one you gamente you bo chente pe uchi kengi
for the fishing communities.
pe jo ameti ko mechi.
Now finally for the borders,
Me giki mere pe border.
we are already starting circles, supporting those circles.
Ni wano tido chako sako ko me supporting border.
But now, because of the elections,
Man pikope yera pikope campaign cha herene.
the law does not allow me to donate money now.
Chido pe ye me mi yuchenne.
So let's wait, let's finish this work
Niko tiek tij me campaign ko.
of Queer Maber,
Utia hunu kuira bear.
and then we shall deal with the circles.
Eka ote dealing kere kop me sako.
Apoyo Matek,
Apoyo tek.
Enare Mju, Apoyo Rubanga.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you very much for your message to our people. We have two activities for you to undertake. As you are in Lango, you know very well that we are very good hunters, and when you go to hunt, you have some equipment that you use. So the Lango elders have organized a spear and a shield to be given to you so that you go and conquer Uganda. Our elders are right there. The second activity is for you to hand over the flag to the NRM flag bearers of Member of Parliament, Kyoga North, Member of Parliament, Kyoga Constituency, LC5, and Woman Member of Parliament, Your Excellency. Thank you, and thank you very much.
Aduong lobo mi bendera bojo umasha luak mena remo mi ugigen mema ko bendera mena rem beno dia mi no Felix adubong wej Kyoga County babti wa po huru aduong lobo pi mi bendera man. Next poyo aduong lobo matek tido yengo bendera me giro aduong lobo mi ko Kyoga County, flag bearer NRM. Next, Subero Okodo, Peter, Kyoga North. Aduomi Okodo, Peter. Bendera ko, mechungi parliament, ite NRM Kyoga, itumalu. Opoyo adundo bemi Okodo, bendera. Ochomi joni toko, neno Felix dugimere malo. Next, Subero Auna James, Chairman LCB, Mayor Monatar, flag bearer NRM. Auna James, Ginkira Duong Lobo Gamu Bendera. Po una Duong Lobo, Mia una Tongoko, Meduaro. Agiki Mere, Dr. Agnes, Atim, Apea, Woman Member of Parliament. Flag bearer NRM. Wow. Opoye matek. Next, last activity will be the elders giving the seal. Quote Mela Boda Duong Lobo. Elder William Uchien. Aduong Uchien. Akaka Wangjo Tegilao. Kede Mad Molu Gwok. Tida Bimi Yaduong Lao. President Widi Lokole Lao Mo. Yeah. Tiedingo. Tika Karebo. And I would request that you keep quiet as we witness the last activity. Ahmed Ochien John William Museveni. I don't know me quote both flag bearer NRM and the national chairperson NRM. Put me you do quote Melari Lao. Dao gamu kwa ba uru. Obabchi wa po uru timu. Neno. Take the microphone. Funde. Take them the microphone. They will have to speak. Sorry. They will speak. As they give, they speak. Oh, it is done. It is done. Nena uno president. Adung president. Obabti wa po una dungo protect total. Adungo pura telo wa ber. Adungo tiata. Nena uno mo. Penga toro bon musei. apuoyo matek. Okay.
NRM oye! Museveni oye! Aduong lobo gamu kuot, o gamu tong, tedang por, o kita may word kere dwar. Your Excellency, thank you very much. The shield and the spear is a sign that it is a totem given to you by the elders and to bless you as you continue with your journey. We wish you very well as people of Amolatar for your next journey. May I then request our national anthems in the reverse order. Thank you very much.
Lango. tapoyo jo ametie aneno wa Unity Television di cheng meni na tin daki hawado tie chawa boro daki apier bishu abiri kum chawa boro di cheng meni na tin President Museveni launching campaign nere me ako kwong tini do bedo ko ya Molatar districts kana me ene di chawa na tia kopi yo mero tumuko aber tie do heading straight to Dokolo kana me campaign nere me na mareo abiriye di cheng meni na tin so karo kene ibedo following wa chaka ya chaki endo tie 11 la me Molatar mukone binu teru wiye tutual me waheniang inge Mohamed Dong President Museveni candidate me the National Resistance Movement ubedo kirikara me yo ngeyo agenda mere kache dok luak me Uganda binu ketu geni kome yera me 2026 remember ni adwong lobo binu donye lodge in the Piro Abor me du machel 1986 ame pronounce himself achalo president me Uganda eka yera me do binu beda tira 1996, 2000, 2001, 2006, 2011, 2016, 2021. Tiena Bichel la mekola ento yera nasha President Museveni beru declared chalodana me olanyo kui tepati me the National Resistance Movement. Tinwang yera me 2026 candidate Museveni tide chumere me namba biro. Ame chawada wana tu copy at lower grade me electoral commission. Museveni, electoral commission ucho candidate Saboro. Kuna biro ye bedo candidate Museveni. And I don't want to tieni utikiri geni yera ma bedo dwe machel. Obino ne nongaranga ya kina boro ne nga me bino lanyo queer. Penge ye kak incumbent candidate Museveni bino retaining komere. Eno chaho campaign nero kwa bero launching a woro macha munyonyo boma Kampala. Ento tini ni dong eno chaho kwa tira tir. District Mayor Molatar T Central Molatar is believed niti chun Uganda diere me Uganda ikokome nyia obedo mai kogwal wano bino wodi kine me daki hamoro kuno miwe niyang yore kire yore mwa menutie ukato Molatar ni bae about candidate Museveni candidate Yoweri Museveni en loho kede luaka pimpim idilek me Molatar sina secondary school kana meno yara agenda mere kana lera lobere kede neno mere kache mir Uganda ket geni kome wahedok iloj Museveni me ako kwong eno kobo me kuch pien ikireme kare dushu President Museveni koboni en ginamo kele loj ubero me restoring peace nyo kuch boto nywale me Uganda pilo mere Uganda Wehoen puruchi herni kop me kuj eni binu yelle ye nino kire nino da we pebinu willi ye wek Uganda bed Uganda menu kuj tiye kairi tikiri kuj itwaro tiyu Germany arwate kede kitamiri bed kede nuti kede twero achala nywali melovo President Museveni eno kobni kop me nyayo lonyo bota nywali me Uganda bedo guri mere tutwalda tianen kana ler ni kireme karo karange chiberu yelle kede miyo government okato kede programs a poll eno kwano yakinagi parish development model la mechawa nite waranyim program me miyoga operations wealth creation web kede umogo kena poll ame en beru kede kare me kobni nao eni binu nenu ni mano tiye yora menu tiye kakare weka onywale me Uganda bet kede kero medongo gufugi ni bay nyayo loyo candidate Museveni eno kobni kopa kwa ho teach man employment eno miyo gen buru nywale me Uganda kun kobni apira tekere wok miere nenni yina me bira nywale me Uganda teach beru yin government tikiri teach Uganda nok total ento kaya momot teacher pira detail work uberu mena me yini toro tiji komi polar work ya agricultural sector eno kobni percent ya karo pira boro ko tiyo employing annually me Uganda ni bay pu teach me pu me beri poro beri wakuleyi kiri yoro kena pol eno miya por program me the parish 4 acre model ame man kayini tiye embracing kuri program sa chalman yin witi employed in uchenda duong ni bay kwa kuleji kwa kunyo kuru bam monji jamo kena pol kiridang raising chemora menu ni kwanyi pashu ni bay ipura menu ni puru eno mia por ni ene bino neno ni manu tije yora ber government mere ka uni mia unu kui yera mea bino ni e bino jingu guri onywale me Uganda totwal kureno mia por ya kino puru kana pole bu nyoro kere kage ma ukene bati pashukan eno kobni candidate Museveni kobni ye yom totwal i sector ukene ba factory industrialization ametia employing luo hejo pol eno kobni ichawani factor sector me industrialization factories jamu kene tia mi yutij buru nywale me Uganda romo million acheli tonera rio man luo he tij tutwal amenity dwa ko poch bot jo ame investors ame okero man mewek nywale me Uganda nung tij eno kobni ba ticha government ichawani government tiekere dok tij ka ucho jo romo million angwen ilaha boro kiken million angwen ilaha boro kiken ame government ucho itich ento nywale me Uganda tie million kirangwen wie me man chimoni mu dok teacher government na no me man kadong yini bera nywale me Uganda ayini kwano kwa inu kunyere ngeje yini nu chukulcha miere wori keri teach ena chalo president kai mi uru kui ene biru chokur koru yora pol me wek dano nu teach eka ko jute wot kakare candidate Museveni dang eno ko ni ka Uganda nywale me Uganda binu mi ye kwero me telo gi moka biche nyim and put it tag on services apore de yot kom uj chukul kire yoda binu beru guri mere me kare dushu pikita da ena no na he timu kire woke don alo bere kire candidate Museveni man en binu na ni kire guri mere ye ilwanya tag pick up me yot kom enyang de tuti cha government to dahatala pola me oloho kwallo yen dahatal oda hotiji ene binu choyo bega mere mora pire mero beya kina jo meweg neni kai ni bereti cha government me kwalo yen dahatal yen me dahatal chik binu maki teach government binu maki temi pod arwate ke bala yin temo donc kai ni bereti cha government bereti me dahatal mi go here ikori man pien itamere de bini ya nyenni peda bera yot iborun ame beru nuko yen a government President Museveni eno kobni kaman binu tiye no wana binu nywale me Uganda binu don karachel ilokom ponyere no ilokom yes ponyere President Museveni kobni government policies tie alo bere kire kita medang tia word kida bed Uganda universal primary education iti neno ni karokene miero secondary school bedi gombola chela chel duch i Uganda mewek rome ponyere bed pin wel chenne me ponyere nuna hangata me gufu mere tino no twero cholo tenu ponyere me rumamalo do eno chi hereni kama no timere bino neno ni okay wek rome ponyere wot kakare ni beo imi yebedo do he komera chalo president me Uganda eno mia por ni chalo government me NRM gino tie kede skilling hub ame tie regions dushu i Uganda apore de Lango sub-region tie lira university me man tia miyo rome ponyere ngej me yenyu chente ni beti ching tia nya tutfali pashilankan ame tikiri geni kalwak unia ya ber eka tuketru mani teach bino konyore muchan pien na hangata me peo kwano twero nungu ngej me yubo waro yubo wij kwa yubo welding kiri jamo kena pole ame mano bero jamo kena me endo itimo ko ento dahi bino tima pole ikato kache nywale me Uganda biro mi ye kwi i 2026 President Museveni ko nang ni tikede yoba me choyo uponye aramo tutmia piera bichu kene ento man binu tiye ni bay mi halima ma bina nyim binu yele ni mano tiye kakare donc man binu mi yujama kwano pon ingoge binu nungu teach upunya romo tutumia pira beach ubinu choyo ko e financial year nyen amea bino dang yuba me medda pure limoro yu charagi tieda de ye tere kire tere lobere kide neno mere chalo and President Museveni chalo candidate Museveni ame kaya bino da haikom ekate bedo medda kire tella Uganda enda pure bedo sitting president though bedo candidate me the National Resistance Movement. President Museveni ukobani en penena bed twal me annual chwala tin okay boarding school chona inyanga be ni atin ka puru kwana me yai pashu nuo puonyere aber nuo puonchama ber kanywalo yo ber ento atina mo chwala ke chukulcha karo kene beru ke tama pol ka jamu rem pete concentrating kwando eno kobni kanu twere boarding section no mir pe chahere pin twal don ene ti mi nyal tamni ka twere atina metis primary level polere work no mir pot pe chwalo kai boarding eno mia por ichukula meni landi ye di chingmeni na tina molata ni nuo tino ti chukul magodo ti boarding ento inu ni pe pore twal pien status gi inu ni petia ber amenu facilities ametie perome gokatin pinine pira bongwen pitama chala chele chukula eno kobni apira tekere no katwere boarding lo numero wo chahere e secondary level manu alobere kede candidate Museveni eno kobni kopa kwaho chuk mejami President Museveni okobni nianga be ni tie rome pur tia wod malo ento chuk petie aber okobni Lango sub-region rom concentrating ipur banino temi yunino bedo identity crop gi nuo rome lonyo birunya iching Lango ka choli mahonyo bapuru mogo region no mahapur man market ametie pashe Lango kan pe romo jama menu purne donc bino bedo tichere chalo president meneno ni nyao chuk me jama mo puru me ko ngoni identity crop Lango bedo ko ginorne chukere bedo nyaye mewek rome puru ranyim te bedo sustainable ni bay market ametie en miega kwir mano eni nunguni pedo bedo ginatek President Museveni ogiho pointere ilokom regional security eno kobni ibedo president me Uganda but then etie ba papo me East Africa kado inen kuch ubala kwa South Sudan unyale me Uganda tungmalo kan pebero kiri kuch aber wigo pie dong uberu teacher meneno ni lobe mo guru Uganda miro beda meno kuch tiye ame weho bia chara woro kakara lobere kede President Museveni kop me kuch ame guru lobe mo rumo Uganda en pe bino do ko chunye chen mie ka kwir we can made tell Uganda they can put it take President Museveni alobere kede kwa choga me katu ilang kan eno team assuring candidate Museveni team assuring onywale me Uganda onywale me Lango kan kun koboni ibedo mere kedo tela me ya Lango kan awor ma state house ende moho ko kana ler ni government de binomi yo doka bisha beach wi ora chela chel peda bedo chalo kitame jomoro bin woro kedi code ekate bedo ruenyo chenne rayo chenne chingjo ingogi eno komni jonno inyanga be no kuonu tija kinagi President Museveni komni kuonu tia kwallo chenne tia kwala laoni be cholo doka langi don gene ko ni no majari ko pira cha pedo atich ngwada atich chawani chenne da word dog abera bisha beach piwi ora chala chel dangame man endo emio twero kobot government kredula men binu tishiye me kobni nen kireme tisho ko ye ento pe binu tiya wa chel binu woti doge kire doge yedo kone binu mi you dog abisha beach we pasha chela chel Lango sub region pikop me yo ame kwa chero binu bot President Museveni eno kobni yo ame yae amolatar binu dokolo yo ame yao chero wora molatar ubero banya bore me man bino na ni lam uketo ke yode ni so mono dong pejo loka pola ye mono do banya borre ene binu neno ni jamano dushu oworo kakare donc kop me yore no ene binu tishi ye inyanga bere members me parliament wako binu beru mobilizing kere tam metamani otjo ento yateni inyang ni yona mitolam eno quoting member me parliament me Chioga County Honorable Junior Court Bitek kunuko Court Bitek obiru wode so ene binu tishi ye man binu chobere kakare pikopa kwa ho pikopa kwa ho nam candidate Museveni eno mio onywale me amolatar kere jo ame bedo kana me rumu pi gen me kobani ebeno winyo koho ame yai bot onywale tadero ame tiu kere biachara me chiko rej ya molatar kere kano rumu ni gero tie duan nam ento dongo ene binu tima pira tek ibiru yele ikare dushu rom me gero inam ame go kuch bero keto tim gere kom jo ame achik yele romero dok pin dai bino ensuring i kop me kuch ubedi nam pien mano bero ronyo kwa ja pol jo kene pil woro pio ke pi tatawada ko ento man ene bino tishie ini anga beri ndang kop me nam achele bino kelo jema molatar eka temi yo ameba me parliament achel bino nuo red karame onu enang te yele ni chung kedo tadero mere donc man pe ber yoro kene President Museveni kobni kayinde timo biachara me chik inam apire te kerewok in mir do ngeni mir da nya neno moro kene me biachara eno mi apor ni kai beda chik miro ko chakri neno me kobni koda e mak query eno mi apor ni kop me puru chere pero beda gammo yoriot me we kadung che kare moro inam peta ber nu porro kache tikere ginora me fero kayo ameno mi apori kumuchere ni man binu konyo total onywale me amolatar kere jo rumu nam ni man binu konyo ge me wek chiente bin yora ria papat me pejo jere kai kope nam keken President Museveni da kovne yore nono en ka binu mi yetwera me dok e lodge kop me chik binu dongo romere malo binu tuchu damma pol Rome chik Rome gwakorech binu nya daene binu luongo members me parliament ame oguro area me na lake tiye porere Busoga Nakasongola Busoga region Nakasongola jo amoguro Lake Edward amolatar kere jo kene mewek mi ngech rom otedero poler wok jo ame tiu biachara me yinam mewek man bed kakare onywale me Uganda me tiu biachara me yinam tenwongo kwa yod Mexico President Museveni eno umiodong bendera kwa tirati wodjo ame binu chung me mako bendera man malo me chung i district ma monetary constituencies a papat President Museveni binu mio bendera ko bot ngata me mako bendera Chioga North Chioga tung malu Honorable Peter Okodo bedo flag bearer me the National Resistance Movement Chioga County North candidate Museveni bino mio bendera kwa tirati mekovni yodungcha uri mahari kedi jowu wegdong yini wori parliament me aparu yario candidate Museveni dang do bino handing over tiratir bendera bot ngatame tia chung Chioga constituency man Felix Adupangwej ena bedo mak bendera me party NRM Chioga County dano kena me candidate President Museveni omiyoko bendera obedo Dr. Agnes Atimapea amawa bedo achungamon kurmaho bendera me party NRM pia molatar districts eka dano kena bedo PLC 5 bendera omiatir bot James Aona amena mako bendera me the National Resistance Movement pi Wonkoma Beach me amolatar district mano alobere kiringo ame otie dicheng meni natin amolata eka candidate Museveni bino nuo quote bot rock me lango elders jo tego ya molatar kun ngata mochungi gi obedo Muse James William Mzee Ochieng John William amaomiyo kuot bod President Museveni. Museveni pijo ameng'eyo en obedo unwa witonga chon me atahere me nomo ame tie paswa molata. Mzee William Ochieng nobere en ayotiu kuot temi yeboda duong President Museveni kun President gamo kuot teberu lelea kede gwaye malu tiu tiene kubi en puri tag jobero lele yete kubi aya duong lo put tag pod miro mie kwir metele Uganda pi mwaka bichu kene manu jama motimera molatar idicheng meni na tin alo vere kede yin ame itie iwinyo Radio Unity kede da iti watching wa Unity Television idicheng meni na tin ichawadawa kopi candidate Museveni tieyo mewot Dokolo meti murale mere na Mario Dokolo District ame tikire geni yakina daki hamepe Paul nuo eno tunuko Dokolo District mana lo vere kede ngwa metia katu idicheng meni na tin dihini candidate Museveni binu bera leptong kede otuke alo bere kede neno mere me kwa yukwi tia tango chiende nyole me Uganda me beri laokan miye kwir wahedok iro mere me word bero President me Uganda yeda kelinge chuni kota duong ametie Kampala I Court Kampala kun Justice Bernard Namanya enatia winyo tieno meni na tinini binu katoke ngol ikom kohame Honorable Jimmy James Michael Akena MP Melira City East Division ochwalo kede kohomere ni dulme Electoral Commission otimobal peme choye kineme chawa me pebor wano binu miyungeyo ngo chiamo katudo koi Kampala lober kede ngola me tie nyimu kiku kuntie nyim Justice Bernard Namanya lober kede kohame Jimmy Akena orodoro kede Electoral Commission ni peotimo gina metika kare peme choye me chungbe bedo President me Uganda ite party me the Uganda People's Congress wano bino miyu iyore kede yore ngeyo kita me jametia katukede mede kede wopo wa on our extra account Unity FM Lira Unity Television kede 97.7 frequency radio channel kede platforms a Paul la papat poyoni utieno wa ya mutu tieno wa meni na tin no mi wingio iyore kede yore ngoame tia tiye itwakpin me Uganda candidate me the National Unity Platform Robert Chagulanyi tie da elek enankar rale merete waranyim ubino da mi wingio yore kede yore ngoaen tia keto nyim loak me Uganda kache miro loak ket geni kome metelo lovo candidate me Forum for Democratic Change Nathan James Nandala Mafabi dangi yora chelo me Leeds Party ANT jamu candidates Paul wano binu kelu kan yore kriore man Unity Television nyabedo Michael wekokwan wea check.
Escape the city, embrace nature, and discover Roseland Country Cottage, your peaceful, serene and relaxing getaway. Whether you're planning a cozy family bonding day out, a romantic staycation, a small classy wedding reception, or even corporate team building and meetings, Roseland Country Cottage has the perfect setting for you. Come experience cozy fine dining, soulful live music, kids playtime and family fun, picnics, baby showers, and birthday celebrations. Here, every stay is more than just a stay. It is about timeless memories. From splashing in the pool, enjoying a countryside walk, or sharing laughter around the table. Roseland is where bonds are strengthened and moments are treasured. Escape the ordinary. Book your unforgettable experience today at Roseland Country Cottage. Get us on the Lira Kamdini Highway. We are 15 minutes away from Lira City, on the border of Lira City and Kole District, opposite St. Mary's Institute of Nursing. Call us on 0768 482 049 or 0746 818 818.
Kaguta Museveni do solemnly swear that I will well and truly exercise the functions of the high office of the President of the Republic of Uganda, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve and defend the Constitution, and that I will do right to all manner of people according to the law established, without fear or favor, affection or ill will, so help me God. Yoweri Museveni, swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. So help me God.
I don't want to say much today, except to make a few points. One, nobody should think that what is happening today, what has been happening in the last few days, is a mere change of guards. This is not a mere change of guards. I think this is a fundamental change in the politics of our country. Because in Africa we have seen so much change that change has become meaningless. It's no longer change but merely turmoil. This group getting rid of that group and that group doing worse than the group it got rid of. Now, please do not count us in that category of people. The National Resistance Movement, I think, is a clear-headed movement with clear objectives and with good membership. Of course, we may have some burdens even among us because we are part and parcel of the society of Uganda as it is. And in that way, you may not be able to completely guard against infiltration by the wrong elements. But since it is the deliberate policy of our movement to ensure that we uplift the quality of the politics of our country, I think it makes a very big difference from the situation in which we were, where the very people in power were they themselves encouraging evil instead of trying to combat evil. I think this is a slightly different situation. You may not be familiar with our program because it has been mainly in the bush where many of you did not have access. And I cannot go through it in this ceremony, but I can just point out a few salient points in our program. Point number one on our program is the restoration of democracy. The people of Africa, the people of Uganda are entitled to democratic government. It is not a favor from any regime. It is the right of the people of Africa to have democratic governments all over the place. The people should be able to hire and fire any government. The sovereign people in the land must be the population, not the governments. The government should not be the masters, but the servants of the population. And in our liberated zones, the first thing we start with is the election of the village committees. Because my mother cannot go to parliament, but sure she can be a member of the committee, so that she can also make her use hard. So we start with the village committees wherever we are, and these village committees, Miruka committees, Gombora committees up to the district, and then later on, of course, up to the national institutions like parliament. These committees right now, in our zones which we control, have got a lot of power. For instance, you cannot join the army or the police of, in our case we didn't have a police, but we had the army. You could not join the army, you could not join the National Resistance Army without being cleared by the village committee. You must get a recommendation from the people in your village that you are not a rogue for you to qualify to be considered to join the national army. So even our soldiers who we have, or those who are joining us from other armies, we shall have to refer them back to the village. Suppose we want 500 people, 500 soldiers from the district of Rakai, for instance. Maybe 10,000 youth want to join the army. But any political considered must first of all be cleared by the Miruka and Gombora committees that so and so's son is not a rogue, he does not steal chicken from the village, he does not abuse people, he does not stone passers-by. Then if they clear, suppose we want 500 in Rakai district, for instance, they will clear, for instance, 5,000 out of the 10,000 who were aspiring to join the army. Then the military team comes and makes this 5,000 run up and down, and then they choose the fittest from a physical point of view out of the 5,000 who had already been cleared by the village committees, that they are good people as people. But if you may come in an area and you say, gentlemen, you run up and down, and you say the one who runs fastest, and that one will be the one to join the army, as long as it happens, the thieves will be the fastest. We have been exercising. And your army will be full of of somebody. That must be the best criteria. Somebody's character, is he a good character or is he a bad character? And that can only be decided by the people who live with you. In this case, the village committees. So I was just putting this to show you some work that could be done by the village committees. Another work of the village committees will be to be citizens' intelligence. We are tired of this state intelligence because they are not what? The state research, the State Research Bureau and the National Security, I don't know what, and this and that. And that's this is not what. But these committees, we have been using them in Bulebezi as citizens' intelligence. Because what happens is that if I come to address a rally in Semuto, for instance, or Kapeka, or Nakaseka, the first people I meet are the village, are the committees, the Nuka committee, the Gomora committees. We even had zonal committees, which meant a combination of Gomoras in one zone. Like for instance, the Gomoras of Gombe, Nimbwa, and this Wakiso, Mende, we are one zone. We used to call it task force zone, because we had our unit there called task force. Now if you come and you meet the committees in that area, they will tell you everything that is going wrong in those areas. They will tell you that the Mukachifs are thieves, so you will know it. They will tell you that the people in the hospitals are selling drugs, so you will know it. They will tell you that the soldiers are misbehaving, and you will ask them who misbehaved. They will tell you so and so, and you arrest him. So that they will be able to be sort of a watchdog for the population against the misusers of authority. So, on top of these committees, of course, eventually we are going to have parliamentary elections so that we can have a parliament which is directly elected by the people. So that we shall have a combination of both the committee democracy as well as the parliamentary democracy, as we have been having in and this business, we don't want to elect you and then you go and you change sides when we are not in the parliament. You see? If you want to change sides, then you must go back and consult the people who elected you. That's the thing. So anyway, these are for the future. As of now, what I want you to know is that point number one on our political program is democracy for the people of Uganda, to which they are entitled, which is a birthright, and it's not a matter of a gift from any regime. It is a birthright. The second point of our program is security of person and property. Every person in Uganda must be absolutely secure to live wherever he wants. Any individual, any group of persons who threaten the security of our people must be smashed without mercy. The people of Uganda should only die from natural causes which are beyond our control, but not from fellow human beings who continue to walk the length and breadth of our land. Therefore, for us, we were nailed for the pistols. That thing was just very painful because I was sitting there with the criminals across the table. And I was being advised that you see, if to be a leader, you must be diplomatic. Then I said, but diplomacy, does it also apply to criminals? They said, yes. So for me, I saw that it was just a fuss. What was going on there was a fuss. So we just kept quiet and said, okay, we tried to push our case peacefully to say that the main elements must be excluded from the government, that the people like Basil who killed people who were all seen should be excluded. But our voice was a lonely voice. because there were so many pressures from the international community, which is only interested in trade. The international community does not care about how many skeletons we have here in Uganda. What they care about is for the road to be open, so that communities can pass, regardless of how many skeletons remain behind. So we just kept quiet, but we made our position very, very clear, that we are not going to take part in any government in which criminals are involved. Then they thought they were playing just tricks. Even the Okello said, he came here and told the people that by me signing the agreement, they had removed the teeth from the Sarambo. Can you imagine the idiot saying, having the guts to say something like that? But anyway, for us, we are not bad students. If you try to play tricks with us, we play tricks with you. If you are honest with us, we are honest with you. If you are violent with us, we are violent with you. So we are people who pay people in their own currency. Whatever currency you want with the national resistance movement, we shall pay you exact amount what you require. You see? That's why we never use cowardly tactics. I had a lot of pressure when we were in the bush by people saying that we should assassinate Obote, we should assassinate Mwanga, we should assassinate Basil. I said, why do you assassinate these fellows? By assassinating them, we are saving them. Because they will die maybe as heroes somehow, some people. Just develop enough strength and sweep the garbage to the dung heap of history and proceed on the correct path of history. Why do you bother by killing the small fellows like Basilio? Because if you kill Basilio, there are other Basilios who are also dead. So the solution is to have enough strength to sweep the whole garbage and put it to 80 blows on the dung heap of history. But coming back to the question of security, again, the security of the people of Uganda is their right. It's not a favor from any regime. No regime has got a right to kill any citizen of Uganda. No regime has got a right to beat a citizen of Uganda on any roadblock. Our soldiers, we are training our soldiers that to abuse only, if you only abuse a citizen and we get hold of you, you are a soldier. You are about to know what the military is. Yes. As for the killing, this is absolutely out. You kill a citizen, we kill you. And in this struggle, we were in the bush, we executed 5 soldiers of the National Resistance Army who killed the citizens in Wenezi or in Goma, or I think there was one in Fort Moro. There's somebody who killed himself. This is the Wananchi. They have got their own place in the youth problems. I don't know how effective it is, but the man thinks he is himself, so that's his business. But this man had money. He had money, and one of our soldiers conspired with the Malaya to kill that man and take the money. This was in Goma sub-county. Then this man was killed, and of course we got the information because we were with the people. We got the information that one of our soldiers had killed Mwananchi himself because he wanted to take the money. Okay. Then there were 2 or 3 other incidents like that. But what has been happening in Kampala? The other time, they massacred people in Luero, and the government, high-powered government delegation went there. These high-powered delegations, and excellencies, and others, how do you say excellency? I don't like this business of excellency. People when they put in Yoweri, or Museveni, they say I'm Museveni. The Museveni wa kazi, sio Museveni wa umri. high-ranking military personnel. And I don't know what other high-ranking hopelessness. They went there to Luero, and what did they do? We were told that they had transferred the person who had kept people in Luero to another station. Huh? Can you imagine? Somebody kills 100 people, somebody kills 50 people, even if you kill 2 people. And you say you have transferred him to where? To where? So the other time when they were saying that the solution of the army was to demilitarize Kampala, you know, there was such a talk that soldiers should be removed from Kampala and be taken away. I asked them, why are you going to take them? Because whenever you take them, they are human beings. If you take them to the national park, they will kill animals. So why are you going to take them? The solution is to put them where they belong, in the prison. So you cannot say someone has killed people here and you transfer him to another station. Killing human being for the National Resistance Army means that you are killing yourself. If it can be proved that you did it intentionally or with criminal negligence. If it was accidental, then that's a different matter. You can examine that, but that's for the court, not for us. So our program demands complete security of person and also complete security of property. The property of the individual must be separate. It must not be touched by any authority. The radio cassette, the bicycle, anything small, it belongs to that individual. And even if the individual makes a mistake, and for instance is against the government or against the NRA, you have no right to take his property. Because the property is not the one who made a mistake. And the property does not belong to that individual, it belongs to the whole family. You can have an individual, you can have a bad head of family and have good members of the family. So that property must belong to them. So what has been happening in Kampala in the last few days, where some of the barriers have been trying to receive our soldiers and take them to people's homes and say that these were supporters of the previous government. So take their property. This thing must stop. Because I'm not going to security in Kampala. And I'll lay my hands on those who are either misleading our soldiers and who are using this cover of change of government to loot other people's property. If somebody has made a mistake, he will be dealt with by the courts. The courts will deal with him. If he loses his property, will he take him the good person or what? What is the question that is there? Huh? So the property of individuals must be respected. We should have security of person. Without security of property. Now, coming to the third point, which I like to refer to, is the question of unity of Uganda. Because the past regimes have used sectarianism very much. They have used sectarianism to divide the people so that they can use them. If you see a leader who is dividing people, you should know that that leader is hopeless. Because division has never been strength. Division is always weakness. Now, if you say this one is it belongs to this religion, that one belongs to that tribe. What's wrong with belonging to a different religion? And how does religious matters become political matters? Religious matters are matters between yourself, you as an individual, and your creator, God. That's a matter between you and God. You are religious and your aspiration is to go to the life after here. Now, we in politics are talking about the life here. We are not talking about the life after. We are talking about roads. That's what politics is about, roads, water, drugs in the hospital, schools for children. That's what we are talking about in politics. So how do you now bring religion and mix it up with this business? Now, the road from here to the public house, if a pregnant woman travels on that road, I'm sure she'll hit in miscarriage.
Now, that road, whom does it harm Catholics only and forgive Protestants? That bad road there. Is it bad for only Protestants and not for Catholics? Or for Muslims and not for Christians? Or for Achonis and not for Baganda? That road is bad. It is bad for everybody. Everybody who is using that road has got an interest in having it repaired. So therefore, all the road users of that road have got one common aspiration: to have the road repaired. Now, if they have got one common aspiration, then how do you become divided on the basis of religion or on the basis of tribe when your interests are similar? Don't you see that those fellows who tell you to be divided are those who want to use you for their own interests, not connected with that road? These are a bunch of opportunists who have no program, and the only program is to work on cheap platforms of division because they have nothing else to offer which is constructive for the whole population. For us, we believe that all the people of Uganda are good. There is no part of Uganda which is not good. Lake Katwe will get salt from Lake Katwe. And nobody can say that salt is chikonjo, we should not use it. Is that salt good? No, it's not good. The salt from Katwe, is it a good salt or bad? It's good. The electricity from Jinja. I think the electricity from Jinja is bad because it is sogayish. And how about the tobacco from West Nile? The tobacco from West Nile, is it not anyanya? Don't you think it's a good idea that West Nile is cut off with the tobacco? And how about the cotton from Kitugum and Lango? Huh? And how about Karamoja? They have got, they submit there. They submit in Karamoja. So every part of Uganda is useful. Every people of Uganda are useful. Every people of Uganda are necessary. In fact, Uganda is actually very small, if you know. It's very small. It has got only a population of 15 million and has got only 93,000 square miles. If you compare this with the Soviet Union of Socialist Republics, which occupies 1/6 of the human globe, or the United States of America, or Canada, or Brazil, or India. And yet, to some fools, Uganda is too big in their heads. And yet they are the same fellows who were gone groveling before the United States begging for handouts, or the Soviet Union, or wherever they go to beg. Why do you divide your own people here, and then you go to beg outsiders who are more organized than yourself? Because a big population, a big country, if you are an economist, a big population means a big market. Whatever you want to produce, you must have people to consume it. You need a big market, and a big market means a big population. You need a variety of resources, and a variety of resources means as large an area as possible. Anybody who talks about the division of Uganda is actually an enemy of the people of Uganda, knowingly or unknowingly. For us, we preach the idea of unity of Uganda. We want people to be, we can have our different individualities, tribes, religion, but this must not be used in politics. Because politics is a different matter, and religion is a different matter, and the tribes are like you say, this is Museveni, this one is, what's your name? What's your name? Ocho is Ocho. We are, he's Museveni, I'm Museveni, he's Ocho, but we are, if it now rains, we shall have a common problem. We shall have a common problem. We need protection from the rain, all of us. So our individuality has nothing to do with the political programs of the country. Our religion has nothing to do with the political program of the country. Those are separate matters.
Even the Bible guides us on this matter. It says, give unto Caesar those which are Caesar's, and give unto God those which are God's. That's what the Bible says. That's one point on our program, the question of the and that's why we're strong. Our movement is strong because it has solved the question of unity among our people. We do not tolerate divisions within our movement of a tribal or religious nature, or these parties, DP, UPC, UPM, what? Everybody is welcome on an equal basis. That's why we find that when our army goes in Uganda here, the people of Uganda say, Amajiga fair, Awanaga fair. When it goes into the west, they say, Amahagaitu. When it goes, wherever it goes, it is their army, our army, whatever army, it is our army. When they don't say our army, they say Awanaga fair, our children. It is affectionate. The person who captured Burowa the other day, the commander who was leading the group which attacked Burowa, was an officer called Okecho. He's from West Nile, he's from Pakwach. So when I hear these idiots talking of the division between the north and the south, that division is in their heads, and those who are hoping to bank on it are going to be disappointed. I think they should dig a big enough grave for their aspirations. Okecho is the one who captured Burowa. He's a boy from West Nile. Kerim is the one who captured Masini yesterday but one. He's a boy from West Nile. Dr. Bata here, Bata stand up. Where's Bata? Dr. Bata is from Madi. He has been our Director of Medical Services for all these years in the bush. So those bankrupt elements who are just these fellows were using these tricks because there was no clear-headed leadership. Sift through all these, this is what we call in philosophy obscurantism. Obscurantism is the phenomenon where social ideas are covered by false ideas. Reality is covered by falsehood. So that what is false appears to be true, and what is true appears to be false. Now, for us, we are very clear-headed. If you are dealing with us, you better be very careful. You better be very, very careful. Because we can cut through your obscurantist schemes and go to the heart of the matter, and in the end, you will be in a very bad situation. Like they tried to use this business of Acholi and Langi against us, trying to say that there is a division between the Bantus and the Nilotics, and that if the Bantus take over, the Nilotics will be wiped out. And we exposed him because we would capture soldiers from Acholi, from Lango, treat them well, and release them. And when we release them, we're going to be surprised. But when you captured, really, and you see Museveni, and when you're not beaten up.
Escape the city, embrace nature, and discover Roseland Country Cottage, your peaceful, serene, and relaxing getaway. Whether you're planning a cozy family bonding day out, a romantic staycation, a small classy wedding reception, or even corporate team building and meetings, Roseland Country Cottage has the perfect setting for you. Come experience cozy fine dining, soulful live music, kids playtime and family fun, picnics, baby showers, and birthday celebrations. Here, every stay is more than just a stay. It is about timeless memories, from splashing in the pool, enjoying a countryside walk, or sharing laughter around the table. Roseland is where bonds are strengthened and moments are treasured. Escape the ordinary. Book your unforgettable experience today at Roseland Country Cottage. Get us on the Lira-Kamdini Highway. We are 15 minutes away from Lira City, on the border of Lira City and Kole District, opposite St. Mary's Institute of Nursing. Call us on 0768 482 049 or 0746 818 818.